Welcome back to our Zero to Hero series. So this time we'll be looking at EC2 instance. First, as a basics, we will be creating an EC2 instance, and within the EC2 instance, we have lots of things like we have instance. Inside instance, we have instance type, launch template, spot request, savings plan, reserved instance, dedicated host, and capacity reservation. We'll be looking into all of this in the consecutive series, and we will be seeing images, AMI, how do we attach EBS volumes and network security groups. When it comes to EC2 instance, we have security group, elastic IP, placement groups, keeper, and network interface, which is called as ENI, which is the main thing which integrates everything. And we will be also looking at load balancer and auto scaling group in our EC2 instance Zero to Hero series. So let's start. So first, let's manually create a resource. Then we can use CloudFormation or CloudFormation or Terraform later. So before launching a EC2 instance, we have to create a security group so that we can access an EC2 instance. For that, you go inside the security group, which is inside the network security, and create a security group. So for this, I am giving a name as allow all security group. Allow all security group, and you can paste the same here description. VPC, we have a default VPC, we can select that, and inbound rule and outbound rule. By default, outbound rule will be allowed because it is a stateless. NACL is a stateful, so we will be adding the rule. We have to SSH into it, as we will be using East Instance Connect. So we have to allow port 22 from anywhere. We can also give my IP. As of now, we will be giving anywhere. An add rule. We will be deploying Nginx or HTTP server. HTTP is 80 from anywhere. And add rule HTTPS. So that it can HTTPS. It is 443. Okay, we have created inbound rule. By default, outbound rule, everything will be allowed. And create security group. Once you create security group, then we can security group is too much important because this is a virtual firewall for the EC2 instance. If we want to access an EC2 instance, this is a virtual firewall around the EC2 instance. So that's why we are creating it first, and then we can go to instance, and if you click the instance, we have this console. Already I have deployed a Jenkins master slave architecture here, but as we are going from zero to hero, let's create simple manual deployment of EC2 instance. So first you will go inside launch instance. Here you have to name it. Let's say test. EC2 NCE test EC2 instance. Okay, then AMI is a OS, so we'll be taking Amazon. Instead of Amazon 2023, we can take 2022 also. It is your decision, you can take anything. Let's go with Amazon 2023. You can choose Ubuntu, anything. Okay, then instance type, as of now we will be using free tier, T3 micro, and keeper. As I am going to use instance connect, I am going to create without keeper, proceed without keeper. So keeper is where you can download the keeper in local and connect SH from the local to the AWS, or we can also use E2 instance connect. There is another option called SSM, session manager. which we will be seeing it later. And we have to choose security group. I'm clicking existing security group, allow all security group. Okay. Then we will be configuring storage. As of now, the default storage is 8 GB. So let's fix that, and we can change the type of EBS also. We will be checking this in EBS section. Let's as of now keep the default settings and advanced. So in here, what we'll be doing is when we create EC2 instance, instead of we manually deploying a Nginx or a Apache server, we can use user data script so that at the time of EC2 instance creation, the dependency will be installed. Let's say we are going to create an EC2 instance here, but we want a Apache server already installed. So what we'll be doing is we'll be using user data script for this. So here you will be having user data scripts option. So we can either upload a file or paste. So we can paste. Already I have created a user data script which prints as hello world from EC2 instance 0 to 0 series. Why I have choose Amazon Linux 2? We can choose as of now. I have written this for Linux 2. We can use Linux 3 also. If it is Ubuntu, the M will be changing as differently. apt update likewise. So as we are using Linux 2 or Linux 3, you can go with yum update. Once you give this, check everything's are correct. You have given name of each two instance. You have chosen Amazon Linux and instance type is T3 micro, and keeper we are going to proceed with the keeper, and network settings we can also edit it. Like if you have multiple VPC, you can select a VPC, and you can select a subnet also. Here also, if you left default, automatically it will assign any subnet, and auto assign public IP is important so that we can access it is enabled. And firewall we have already chosen existing firewall. Okay, and then we have configured the storage for each two instance, and also we have uploaded user data script. Okay, let's launch. So let's wait for some time. Go to the instance, let's see whether it is creating or not. So status check is initializing. It is still initializing, even though you can go inside and wait. So public IP is there. So generally, when we create EC2 instance, we install all the dependencies. But as we have used user data script, I hope it must install all the dependency when the EC2 instance is being created. So go to the connect option. So we can connect differently. We have lots of ways to connect. We have EC2 instance connect where we don't need anything from the AWS UA. If you have UA access, we can directly connect to the EC2 instance, and we have session manager and SSH client and EC2 serial console. But the main thing is for security reason in production and in large organization, they only use session manager for the security reason, because even if we don't have public key, if even if we don't have a PEM file, and we can access the EC2 instance, and also even if this EC2 instance in private subnet, we can access it. So we will be doing hands-on later in session manager. So come to EC2 instance connect, and if you give connect, it will be connected. Oh, this is how you go inside the EC2 instance which you have already deployed. Type who am I, EC2 user, and see we have installed Amazon Linux 3. We have this, and also let's check the public IP, as we have already installed the software Apache. We haven't installed. The thing is, it will be already installed. Why? Because we have used, yes, use a data script. So hello well from is to 0 series. Okay, this is for the basic hands-on. We'll be looking into all the things in consecutive videos. Thank you.